Hello, and welcome back to the Stories of Northern Life podcast, brought to you by the Sault Ste. Marie Museum. I'm your host, Nicole, and today I bring you an interview with Team Nielsen Dog Sledding. So if you haven't seen him around town taking his dogs for the runs, I am very happy to introduce to you Chris Nielsen of Team Nielsen Dog Sledding. I'm going to include all of his social media handles and everywhere where you can follow him down below in either the episode description or the show notes. So make sure to go and take a look at that. And I hope you enjoy this really wonderful interview that I had the pleasure of doing with Chris Nielsen this past Saturday here at the museum, and learning all about him, his dogs, and his plans for becoming hopefully a larger part of our community. So let's get into the interview. All right, so can you tell us who you are?
I am Chris Nielsen. I'm born and raised in Sault Ste. Marie. I have dogs pull me around town. But yeah, other than that, yeah. I've been here ever since I was born.
Right. And like, what was your childhood like? Like, how did you feel like growing up in the Sioux? And did you like have anything you wanted to be when you grew up? Like, did you maybe wanted to be a dog sledder?
No, dog sledding just came within recently, but growing up here was a lot different than now. So it's the city was smaller, a lot smaller. You know, there was a lot of places that were all bush right now. So, but no, it was fun. I went to a lot of elementary schools. I've been all over town.
So how did you get into dog sledding?
I don't know, honestly. I had dogs before my huskies. I had a golden retriever, my first dog, and then I had a lab, and then another somewhat of a husky dog, and then I got Kenai, which is my Siberian, and then he was the one that was just. You go online, people are like, you can't have him off leash, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and I kind of proved them wrong. As soon as he was 2 years old, I off-leash trained, everything else, and I got a little harness and got him to pull my kids around because I thought it was cool. But other than that, got another dog later, which is Odessa, my other one, and then I got 2 harnesses, hooked them up to like a sled just to pull my kids around. And I hopped in a sled one day and I said, let's go. And we went, and it honestly scared me. I hopped behind them and they just went like a bat, and it was scary. Yeah. There was no brake, there was no nothing, just a sled, right? So but that's kind of where it kind of fell upon from there. And then after that, I was like, well, it's kind of fun. Yeah. Let's try it. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so did you want to tell us more about like Kenai?
Kenai, I got him from somebody in Echo Bay. So he's like my first husky. I spend a lot of time with that dog. He's with me through and throughout, and with the team, he's the one that's trained them all. So I would bring him, and I bring the puppy, and then we go off leash, and then the puppy would follow Kenai, because Kenai always. He was good. I used to before Fort Creek got really popular, I guess. I used to bring him there into the back, not really on the trail, but through like the back trails, and I used to let him off and see what he would do, and he would go up and he'd always look back at me every single time. Never failed. He would go up and he'd look back, make sure I was there, and then he would keep going. So after a while, started playing hide and go seek. He would go up, but I couldn't see him, and I'd run into the bush and I'd hide behind a tree, and he would come back, and he would find me, right? So that's how I knew he wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's good. He's very loyal. I can literally have him off leash right downtown. He won't go nowhere. He's good. So to have a good base to start off with a dog is really, really good. One that listens and everything else, right? So then, as the dogs went on, bring the other one off leash, follows Kenai, put them on a coupler when they start getting bigger and they start realizing what to do, right? But Kenai is the one that keeps the dogs away from the road. So if anybody's ever watched the videos with Kenai in it, he's always pulling them away, right? Yeah. So he knows to stay on this side of the sidewalk and everything else, because doing this in town is very dangerous. The reason why I do it is because my dogs don't go that fast, right? They go at a good steady pace. If we're on the trails, we'll hightail it out, but I'd rather just go at a nice pace. That way I don't lose control. We just stop at stop signs, everything else. So that's fine.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about the other dogs and their names?
The other one, we got Kenai. Hold on. Okay. Kenai, Odessa, Coda, Sitka, Denahi, Matika, and Nicoya. So they, I only run 4. They're all, majority of them are named after the movie Brother Bear of if anybody's ever seen the Disney movie, and the other one's just Inuit names for them. Matika, she's the oldest. She's about 13 now.
Okay.
She's never been on a sled with her. That was like my first round of dogs. Yeah. Not the husky round. But when we got her, she was. They found her brother, and her mother right in the middle of Manitoulin bush, and they were abandoned when they found her. So they Humane Society got the call for them. Her and her brother survived. Mother passed. Couldn't was fending for the dogs, right? So. Yeah. But she's quirky on her own. She loves to play fetch. You throw a ball, you better be for the next 3 hours. Yeah. No, she's a really good dog too. Odessa, she's pretty much my wife's dog. She sticks by her straight up. She has a bit of anxiety her, so when I take her out, she's always looking around, her little tail's down, everything else, just very alert on what happens. Mm-hmm. I had when she was a puppy, we were going through Fort Creek, and I had some kids pull up fast on a bike, and she got under the leash, and the kids chased her all throughout Fort Creek. So it took me a long time where the bridges are in Fort Creek to get her used to going over that, because she used to freak, and I never caught up with the kids. But I wasn't really happy on that. But, no. And then we got Coda. Coda's a real sweetheart. He's really docile. He doesn't have a lot to him, but he has his own. My son really loves him because he's really down to earth. Sika's the big guy. My wife calls him Derp, because he always has his tongue to the side. Kind of gives you a little derpy look, right? But yeah. He's a big dog. He's probably pushing about 95 pounds. So he's the big guy. Denahi is he's the second youngest. He's actually Sika's nephew. So I know the parents of them. All the dogs from my Malamutes, they all came from a breeder up in North Bay, because I really loved her dogs. But from what I hear, she's only having one more litter, then she's calling it quits. So yeah, it looks like no more dogs. And then the last one was just the eyes were cute, and now I could run 6, right? So instead of 5 out on the lakes and all that. So yeah, well, she's they're interesting, I'll tell you. You wouldn't if you were my neighbor, you wouldn't know I had them.
Oh, okay.
So they're very quiet. They don't even in the backyard. They don't bark. They don't do anything else. The only time you probably hear them is when either the smoke alarm goes off from cooking because they hear that, they like to howl, or we get them to howl, right?
Yeah.
Or if somebody's like coming in my driveway, then that's the only time that I ever had them do anything. Other than that, wouldn't even know I had them. All the dogs, they all stay in the house with me. They're not like what everybody else sees in sled dogs, where they're outside on posts and chains and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're in the house with me. They're quiet. They kind of go lay in their own spots and all that stuff. And yeah, my kids will take a few dogs into the room with them at night and all that stuff. So yeah, no, they're good. You know, my dogs aren't like your. Everybody sees my dogs and they think like typical sled dogs. Like, my dogs aren't typical sled dogs. My dogs are like, they're family dogs that pull me around.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be friends with quite a few with quite a few mushers that actually do this, and ones that run it on more of a commercial base. You know, there was a guy that contacted me. He's actually from Lapland, Finland, and he's from here. So he's from the Sioux. His family's from the Sioux and all that, and he runs a commercial dog sledding business there, about 170 dogs.
Wow.
So, and then I got talking to Jacob up in Timmins. He does it as well. He just got finished coming back from Hamilton, going for a ride, and he runs dog sled rides, but he's more into the history of it. He loves the actual history, so they've been helping me out a lot, right? So their dogs are always outside. Jacob has his in big huge pens, huge pens, right? You know, everybody thinks that all those dogs, since they're on chains and everything else, I was like, believe me, those dogs are more looked after than people. Yeah. Right? Everybody thinks since they're on a 6-foot chain, I was like, there's a reason for that, you know. You have any more than 20 dogs, anything else like that, you know, then breeding starts happening when you don't want it. Fighting starts happening because you have so many, right? And it's more for the safety of them all, and that's what a lot of people don't understand about a dog yard of an actual sled team. I don't have that many, so I don't have a dog yard. But my backyard is their dog yard. They run around and they jump on my pool, which I don't like them doing, and I keep giving them crap for it. But they keep going up there and keep yelling at them to get down. But yeah, no, the dog sledding it's a very close knit group of people, and they don't shy off from them because of the negativity that they get, right? You know, within any sport or with anything else, you're always going to have bad apples. You know, there's a history of that. But if you look at the regulations of everything up now within dog sledding, it's damn near impossible to even have any problems now. You know, I think a few places every single year they have people come and make sure that there's regulations and everything else. There's an entire list of it. So that's why they ask me, your dog's inside? I'm like, yeah, my dogs are inside. I don't have to worry about like dog beds or anything else like that, right? So, but yeah, no, it's fun. It's nice to get to know everybody else, and I see a lot of other people kind of do what I do in different towns. In a different ways. They do it, right? Actually, lady who owns a tattoo shop in town on Queen, she went, oh, I like what you're doing, so she went and got a sled, and she was doing it down Queen with like her Roddy and her other dog. I was like, now look what I done. So but yeah, it's not like you can't just go and do it, right? You need to have trust in your dog. You can't just be blasting around town, getting into traffic and all that stuff. I've done this for a long time for now. I think I've been doing this for about 5 years now, so I have a good understanding of what my dogs will do and everything else. So. But that doesn't mean I got the odd hiccups with it, but brakes on the sled are good.
So what do you find was the hardest thing about sledding? So maybe what's the hardest thing sort of like in general, I guess, or maybe like for you getting started?
The cost of it.
Okay.
The price is astronomical. Like the price of it, because it's not very common, right? So the price is very hard. As far as like the other part is trust. You have to trust them. If you don't trust them, you can't do it, right? It's what I do with the dogs, I do every single day. So it's like consistent training, right?
Yeah.
Consistency, everything within an animal, consistency is key. Repetition, right? And then just figuring out where the dogs go. When I first started it, I used to have them all together, like across, not your traditional 2x2 tandem, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't, and then I used to have a leash on them because having them way out there is kind of scary when you're in traffic. You want to have control, right? So over, I think last year, the year before, I was out behind Flakeboard on the river. So I brought out the actual the tandem harness, hooked them up, put the two that usually are go-getters, right? Put them out front, and I said hike, and they went. But the thing is that they kept going like to the right.
Okay.
And to the right is where like the river goes. So I was like, no, we don't go that way because there's going to be a time where there's going to be no ice, right? So I had to stop them, get them over, and then once they found the actual snow machine trail, it took right to town. I've been doing that ever since, and it's been good. But it can test your patience a little bit. Really test your patience sometimes, They are dogs. They're not engines. They're not dogs. They're not cars, right? So I don't go any faster than what they want to go. I live stream sometimes now to people like, make them go faster. It's like, no, I don't need them to go faster. If I need to make them go faster, we're crossing a street where it's a yellow light. Yes, I'll hype them up. We'll go, but I let them. They want to go 5K an hour. We go 5K. They want to go 20. We go 20. Right. But as far as like a hardest part, it can be all hard, but once the dogs figure it out, it's really easy from there. As I said, I got another 2 other dogs that are mine that I take out.
Okay.
And straight off the get-go, hooked them up, and they figured it out right away without even having a harness on, right? So it's nice when we have other dogs to do that, but it's good.
So then, on the other hand, what's your favorite part?
Favorite part of it? Just I like going out to out west, out west of town, because it's so quiet. It's just you and the dogs, and it's just so quiet. You can hear a pin drop, and it's really nice. But the other part of it is going through town too. Like as soon as the kids see it, they just like kind of like the old face happens and the pointing happens and everything, and they just get ecstatic, right? So it's nice to. When kids see it on TV, they see Togo, they see Iron Will, they see all these movies about the dogs, and they never really see it firsthand, right? So I had a lady that lives over on Gooley. She messaged me. She was like, I want this to be creepy, but think next time you're here, my kids can meet your dogs. I was like, I got no problems with that. I got no problems going and meeting people, right? So as kids, go for a ride. I literally took both kids on a ride. I took her little girl, just went around their building, eh?
Yeah.
She got off, put her brother, went around. And the guy was like, can I go again? I was like, okay, you can go again. And I probably sat there for a good couple hours just taking the kids around, right? And I got my friends on New Year's Eve. Me and my wife loaded up the sled, loaded up the dogs. We were going visiting people on New Year's Eve with the dogs, right? So then one friend I came over to, as soon as I popped in the driveway, your daughter, snow pants, everything on, right? So, can I go for a ride? So I went and brought her for a ride. They live over just off of Great Northern Road. Okay. So took like just up Blake Street and then went all the way down to Popeyes and back up with her. She just absolutely loved it, right? Take video, but that's it's very rewarding once it's done to see what you've accomplished with them, because like some people have problems with one husky. Meanwhile, I'm taking up to 6 at a time, right? And hoping that they're gonna go straight and everything else. And I've never had problems. I've had like sometimes where the dogs went a little off, but like you have to pay attention. That's why when I live stream with them, you know, I tell people, I'm like, I'm going to try to answer your questions, but I do have to watch the surroundings, right? Yeah. My dogs get hit and stuff, you know. I've been very fortunate that the police don't bother me. They don't. They if I was doing anything wrong, they'd probably be on that very quickly. Same with Team Society Animal Control. I've had conversations with them as well. They don't have problems of what I do. They've come to my house. They've seen my dogs. They love seeing me around, right?
Yeah.
You know. Like my dogs are healthy, they're at a good weight, they're very well mannered. Even when they came into my house, they're all chill and laying down and everything else, right? So they're not used to that with like the husky Malamute breed. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was nice to talk to them as well, because if I can have any problems, it's going to be with them, right? Yeah. So, but yeah.
So now you were saying you have. Sort of like the friends that you sort of met along the way with the dog sledding, and they do sort of more of either the competitive or professional things like that.
They don't really go. I don't know anything that really race, but I have like, because I'm on a lot of the sites for them where I see the racing part of it, right? So there's actually. One guy from Ontario, Jesse. He's from Sioux Lookout. He's going to be running the Iditarod this year.
Oh, nice. And
so everybody in Ontario we're really rooting for him, right? So, but other than that, the ones I see is a lot of not just within dog sledding, but within like urban as well. So in the summertime. It's I don't know how they do it, but like they're on scooters and bikes racing with like two dogs, and they're flying, and I couldn't do that. That would scare me. But even within dog sled, I've never gone as fast as what they goes. They can have 12 dog teams. They're going 50 kilometers an hour. Right, so they're going the speed limit of town. Yeah. On a dog sled. Imagine turning a corner going 50 kilometers an hour. Right, so. But as far as like races, from what I've seen of races and for what people have taught, they're very strict. So like animals have to get vet checked every single time. You can't even go anywhere near there without having vet checks. I think the Iditarod alone has about 50 volunteers. Goes through every single dog. There's everything has to go through. I'm pretty sure there's vet checks at every single stop point throughout the race. There's a mandatory 24-hour rest. They can choose anywhere, and then another 2 12-hour rests of their going. But it's mandatory. They cannot do like the old times where they can. Yeah. You know, you see like the sled races where they get up early and go. They cannot do that no more. And what they have too is they have. They have I did raw stuff, whatever, but they have like volunteer planes that go around that fly to all the destinations. So if if one of the musher's dogs say wasn't really feeling it, they would leave the dog there. They would fly the dog back to the musher once they're done, right? So it's you can't force them, you can't do nothing. They're very very strict on that. There's a lot of people that try to bring it down, but like it's a lot better than what it used to be. There's a few races in Ontario too that people can actually go to, but a lot of people have been starting more with the urban stuff, skateboarding, biking, scootering, jogging with them even, right? There's a guy I see in town. He has his little dog. He's on skis. I was going out with my dogs and I seen a guy who's like, I can pull a dog on skis. I was like, okay, cool. I even a couple years ago I met another person through Fort Creek. She had like a little banana board. Her dog was pulling her around on that, I was like, how many times did you fall? He's like, actually, I got scrapes all over my knees. I was like, yeah, you paid your dues, right?
Yeah.
No, as far as racing is a different, completely different ball game with it. My dogs aren't fast. They're Alaskan Malamutes.
Oh, okay.
Except for Kenai. Kenai's the Siberian.
Okay.
So they're more based on like raw power.
Yeah.
They're big husky dogs, right? So they'll pull me up hills like nothing. They'll pull me through about 2.5 feet of snow like it's nothing. So, but it's not. I don't. The racing thing just doesn't really. I never really cared for it. I'd rather just do it. My son does it too.
Okay.
So I got 3 sleds. Last night. No, night before me and my son went. I'll take 2. He'll take 2. He knows how to do it on his own. He's 15.
Okay.
And we'll go out. Except for that time, I didn't check the runners on my sled, and I blew them both, and I was like, was not fun when you end up blowing runners.
Yeah. So what would you want to say to sort of people that don't know like about dog sledding, or even like what would you want to say to people who maybe want to get into dog sledding? Get
into any sort of, it's not more or less dog sledding. I think it's more of it's more of the recreation of like the word dog, right? Just to have fun. Not because I said no, you can do dog sledding in the summertime. They're pulling me around on an actual mountain longboard, right? So it's more exercise for the dogs, but there's also a certain safety aspect of it too. You just can't hook up your dog and say let's go. It just doesn't work like that. It's very dangerous. You got to work through your way up to that. But if you have a working breed, why not? You know, the main sled dog in sled races is not Siberian Huskies, and it's not even Alaskan Malamutes. The main sled dog is an Alaskan Husky, and they are. It's more of a man-made breed between the both. So you get the agility of a Siberian, and the power of a Malamute. So all of a sudden they're like a husky on crack, if you want to put it in tense, right? They're just like they're very happy to do it, and within the dry land rigs, people are using any dog. They're using Dalmatians. They're using what is it called? My friend had one. Pointers. Whatever, like those dogs. Yeah. Anything that loves to run, you know, and they're cruising. I've seen them go 6, 7, 8 dogs at a time on a bike going, and it's not necessarily just like that breed. It's any breed that wants to run. Yeah. You know, same with say an Australian Shepherd, where they use Australian Shepherds for herding. Yeah. You know. There's certain dogs they use for like livestock because they can sense, and you know they're big dogs. You don't really want to mess with them. But if people want to do it, there's no harm in doing it, right? It's just just research on what you have to do to make sure that everything is safe for the dog, right? It's not really about me. It's the dog. The dogs are like number one priority with everything. I think I'm going to be bringing them out to Searchmont, I think, in a month for dog sled rides. We're gonna try it. Okay. You know, my dogs aren't fast, so it's not going to be the fastest dog sled ride. Yeah. It's going to be something to experience, and I'm going to try next year. See if I can run it for Bonsu, and see how that goes. But I tell them, I'm like, if the dogs aren't up to it, I have to pull out. There's no forcing them to do it, right? If I feel that that there's going to be any problems or any questions, it's we take a break or anything else like that.
And so you still sort of like run with them a bit in the summer as well?
Yeah, I got a mountain longboard. It has scooter tires on it and a brake. and that way I can go over grass. I can go up to anywhere else. I used to do it on just like my regular skateboard, but for anybody that's been skateboarding for years, know what happens when you end up running over a crack. So, and the other longboards, they go quick, but there's no brake to stop them, right?
Yeah.
So when they go, good luck trying to stop 4 dogs when you're on there. So I have a little brake. It's a disc brake. Mm-hmm. I don't take them out as long or as many times as I do in the winter time though, because a little bit hotter, and usually a walk is sufficient enough to really get them. Because you're putting weight on them, right? So it tires the lawnmower. But my big guy Sika, he never comes. He can't handle it. He's just too big. So I bring the more you would say he's just a big. God, he's big. And he is strong. Believe he is strong. And his nephew he's not as big, but he's just pure muscle, right? So he's wild. It's crazy. Crazy dog.
And then, so I guess sort of also was wondering if you had ever sort of heard of Billy O, the other
Billy or Eddie.
Yeah, the other dog sledder we had here.
So Billy or Eddie, like I would have been too young. I would have been 94. Yeah, I would have been in about grade 5, grade 6. But I had my neighbor across the street had an actual painting of him, and he had no use for it. So he gave it to me. It's actually in my actual studio in my jam room. And I had a lot of people tell me a lot of stories about him, and what he used to do in town. He was not only was he with the dog sledding, but he was very good in the community as well, right? So his parents owned the furniture business and everything else like that. You probably know a lot about the history of him.
Yeah.
And so from everything that happened, he didn't start out with it. It's just that he had his dogs, and then over time he's like, well, I could do this with them, right? So because he lived out on Airport Road, so he had a lot of time out there, right? But I was actually talking to Pat over at Foremost, because that's where he's the one that supplies all the stuff for me, and he actually knows him on more of a personal basis. So before he went to the 92 Iditarod, he used to park his truck and his dogs outside of Foremost, so people can meet the dogs, and he can Pat went to the back and grabbed his. He was like, "Holy, you got a minute?" I was like, "Yeah, I got a minute." He goes over and he grabbed this photo book, and he put dust right, and he's going through, and he was showing me all the pictures of when Orzetti was in front of his shop and all of his dogs and everything else, and then he had a signed signature that Bill made out to him, and all that. Oh yeah, because he used to sponsor him, right? So it was nice. And then tragic thing that happened to him. It was I think it was he did get lost a bit, but like it was. I think it was more to do with the weather more than anything. Because I think at that time it was really it was really mild, which broke up the ice a little bit, and ideally, if it was in the ideal conditions that it would have been, he would have been fine. He would have it would have went over. But since it was a little bit mild, he went off, right? And he would do what any other musher would do, right? He would try and save the dogs before himself. They found him a long ways down, but So, but it was tragic what happened. We always pass him whenever we're going by with the statues. It's good that the city did that for him, because he actually did a lot for the community as well. I think he was also a weightlifter too, from what I recall. But everybody said he was the nicest man in the world. Just did anything for everybody, right? So there's still a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I knew his brother, I knew his family, I knew everything else, right? So yeah, he actually there was actually a lady that I was talking to on TikTok said there used to be another musher that actually used to live on Baseline back in the 90s as well. And I've never heard of this, but she said that person used to go behind Flakeboard as well. So if anybody knows where the point is, where like Marty Turco's place is, and if you go there, you don't go there. That person went there and I think passed away in about 1996.
Okay. So
So apparently there was a musher in '96 that actually passed away over there. I don't know how true it is, but she's been around for a long time, and she knew all that. So I'm not sure if it was true. I never heard anybody else say that unless they it just kept within the family because it was so many years ago. But if anybody knows about that, that would be it would be nice to actually get an actual confirm of that, right?
Yeah.
Don't know who the person was or anything else, but that's why everybody tells, because that's why she told me to be careful, because she's like, because she seen where I was going, right? She's like, be careful, somebody died up there, and I was like, I usually go Marks Bay and then in, right? I don't go that point because it's usually it's very unpredictable. If you were to if you go on to Girl Cap hasn't frozen in a lot of years where you can go to the ice caves, but even when you go to the ice caves, it was very dangerous, right? The current would go up, it would lift up the ice. So
yeah,
but yeah, it would have been nice to actually meet him. He probably would have still been around. The only sad thing is that he didn't complete the 92.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go back. So and he didn't get a chance to go back. So, but yeah.
All right, so this is our final question that we sort of ask everybody. So if in 100 years the museum was ever to feature an exhibit on you, what do you think the you would want the title of the exhibit to be, and then maybe 3 artifacts that kind of best represent sort of you and everything?
No idea. I don't know what to say. I have one of my sleds that I actually got from a person from Echo Bay, believe it or not. And it's the sled is from a builder called Frank Hall, and he was a pretty well known builder. I think he passed away in somewhere around 2010. He passed away, and that's a nice old school sled, but. In there, I honestly couldn't even tell. I got pictures of whole 9 years. That would be about the only way. I'm like everybody's like, did you see the guy going down Queen Street with the dog sled? But other than that, I don't know. Sleds. What are the sleds and pictures of the dogs really? When all of my dogs pass, they're all going to get cremated. But I'm going to be keeping a piece of them with me. So I'll have a little while, and there's Kenai, there's Odessa, they're gonna stay with me. But I've spent a lot of time with them. I think I spend more time with them than I spend with my kids, to be honest. But my daughters come for a ride and stuff like that too. But yeah, it's I've become a little bit of a known person in town.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see all the smiles and everything on people's faces, because it kind of makes it worth it for what you do, right? I do get the odd negative people. When people come up to me, they're like, "Oh, that's cruel. Oh, poor dogs, everything else." And I sit there, I'm like, I'm not forcing them to do it. I was like, they're doing it on their own accord, right? I was like, people have to understand within and this is within any animal in general, not specifically get them to do something, is that as soon as you go to force a dog to do anything, they will go low to the ground and they will cowl, like they'll go low and they'll try to kind of like what a child does, right?
Yeah.
And you cannot. They're not going to do anything for you. You know, it has to be positive. It has to be like that. Like if Denai or one of the leads do something wrong, yeah, you have to correct it, but you have to correct it in like a positive manner, because as soon as you go negative, it affects the whole thing that you do, right? So, but yeah, like it's. My sled has everything in it. I got dog booties in there. I have the first aid, everything else, right? Because you know what, it could get scratches. And in the summertime, it's probably more prone to it because of the sidewalks, right? So I've had them where a few of them where they scrape their paw pads. Yeah. And then so once they do that, put a boot on them so we can get them home. And then, but we don't go in the summertime as much for that one reason. And I try to go up to Hiawatha, but they won't let me go there in the wintertime because of the groom trails. I tried Stokely Lodge. They won't let me go up there either. So I'm kind of stuck in the Sioux. Yeah. Like I'm trying to find trails that I can go to do it so I don't have to always do it in town. And everywhere else has just denied me anything, right? So I just do it in town, or I'll go out west. I don't like to go on sled trails out east too much because those suckers fly like the snow machines. They don't stick to the speed limits, right? So all of a sudden, if like we're turning a corner and they're coming in going 50, 60, we're going head on, right? My dogs love snow machines, though. Believe it or not, we'll go behind Flakeboard, and all the racers that are in town that go to the I-500, they have a little track there that they do. So as soon as they hear the sleds, the dogs are like, sled. So they try to catch them. I don't know if they love the sound or whatever. But yeah, no, it's fun. But as far as three-man artifact, I couldn't even tell you. Probably the sleds and the dogs, because like the dogs are the ones, right? I'm just along for the ride. This has nothing to do with me, you know. I got a whole bunch of followers on TikTok. Believe me, if I was doing that myself, I wouldn't have over 6,000 followers on TikTok, right? Yeah. So I probably have like one. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, TikTok's nice. It's just it'd be nice if like it was in the States, we'd get paid per views. Yeah. Right? So there was a lady that actually caught a video of me years ago. It was right by the finish restaurant. Okay. That sucker went to about 1.4 million views. Wow. And she got paid for that one. So I was like, so I do live streams. I think I did like 3 hours, and now I'm up to like $18. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. So, yeah. Right now I'm on the verge of getting a toboggan sled built. Because if I'm going to be doing the rides things with that, I need a better sled that's for that. So I got to try and save for that. I don't know where it's going to be probably about $1,200 to $1,500 for that, and I'm going to try and find money for that. So he's going to be it's a guy down south. He builds them. So hopefully by the time next winter comes, I'll have enough money for that. Or I'll make a GoFundMe and hopefully people can find me a sled. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to follow you and your dogs, where can they follow you?
If you literally look up dog sledding Sault Ste. Marie, I'll be first and foremost right there. I'm on TikTok. I got a separate one on Facebook. I got it under Team Nielsen Sleddogs. If anybody wants to see the crew or see what I'm doing. And all that stuff. So yeah, it's fun. Actually, on my last big live stream, I gotta tell you this because this was funny. I was going down Carmen's Way, and I almost got to the Marconi Hall. And I had a guy that was running over, and he was running, and he stopped there. He's like, "Dude, I just had to come and say hi to you. I was following you on your live stream, and you were about to my house. I had to come and meet the dogs." So yeah. So that was the first someone actually coming to actually meet me on the actual sleds, right? So yeah. No, it's fun. So yeah, I'm going to be probably recruiting a few dogs in town from people, so because I'm going to need a lot more than the ones I have if I'm going to start running sled rides. So
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed that interview, that you learned a lot about dog sledding. Hopefully you'll give Chris a follow and try to keep an eye out for him and his dogs as they go around town. Definitely, if you can, even just take a look at the pictures of the dogs online. They are absolutely adorable. So, as always, thanks for listening. Bye.
Have you been to your local museum lately? Visit us at the Sault Ste. Marie Museum, located in downtown Sault Ste. Marie, the one with the big clock tower on the top. Our hours of operation are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. We have 3 floors of exhibits that we constantly work on updating. The whole family is welcome, as we have activity sheets and scavenger hunts with prizes for every kiddo, a discovery gallery full of hands-on learning, and more interactive elements scattered throughout the museum. And don't forget to come say hi and let us know you're a listener of the podcast.